G'day. Let's talk Daniel Ricciardo and Oscar Piastri. It's a car wreck and it's playing out in the world's media. Two drivers competing for the same seat at McLaren. And at the time of recording this, things are still up in the air. So how did we get to this point? Stick around and I'll tell you the full story. Let's step back to the start. Seb resigned from Aston Martin on Thursday, July 28. Didn't see that coming. Fernando wasn't feeling the love at Alpine, believed that Esteban was being favoured, so he spoke to Aston Martin about taking Seb's seat. We all went racing in Hungary, and then everybody headed off for the holidays for the summer break. Well, not everyone. Fernando's management had been busily negotiating with Aston Martin and had secured a multi-year agreement for the Spanish driver, something Alpine weren't prepared to offer. So on Monday the 1st of August, the two-time world champion issued a statement saying he was going to Aston Martin. Aston Martin backed up that claim and posted on their social media. This caught Alpine completely by surprise. They obviously went into urgent mode, and on Wednesday, August 3, Alpine announced to the media and the public via social media that Oscar would take Fernando's seat in 2023. It would be the Oscar and Esteban show at Alpine. I got that press release and promptly posted on Instagram and then went to bed. Little did I know that 2 hours later, there would be an announcement from Oscar saying he won't be driving for Alpine. He didn't say why, but we now know that Mark Webber was well advanced in talks with McLaren about them taking the young Australian driver. I think what we have to remember here that Formula One is a business, and a big money business. Everyone is looking out for themselves. That's just human nature. This is a ruthless game, especially when it comes to severing a relationship. I feel for Daniel big time. He's a gentleman, wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's facing a few days, perhaps even weeks, until the situation is sorted out. And he will most likely have a very unhappy second half of the season, having to work with a management team who clearly doesn't want him there. He'll be fed less information from the team and get less support because they know that at the end of the year he's likely to go somewhere else in Formula One. Where? Well, that's not clear as yet. Will his heart be in it? I can't see it can be. McLaren is going to have quite a difficult remainder of the season handling all this. Oscar's also being touted as reserve driver for McLaren and not Alpine for the remainder of the year. Messy, ugly, awkward and embarrassing for many, all played out in the public eye. But who knows what's going on? Many travel people with teams will get requests from bosses. They'll put two and two together. Well-connected journos know people on the inside who'll gladly pass on information. Someone will see Zach and say Mark Webber in a restaurant and feed that to people. F1 contracts have to run past a number of eyes, and there's no guarantee that everyone will remain confidential. It's hard to keep things quiet for very long, especially in the sports world. McLaren, though, have been silent on the issue. They've failed to put out any announcement since this drama kicked off. Be sure that the two people at the centre of this drama are both good people. But of course, they're focused on themselves. It's our nature. We want the best for ourselves. Daniel, 33 years of age, from Perth, an 8-time F1 winner, managed by creative artists. His brand manager is Blake Friend, and his trainer, fellow Australian Michael Italiano. Oscar Piastri, 21 years of age, heralds from Melbourne, managed by Mark and Anne Webber. His trainer is Australian Kim Keedle. Daniel's finished third in the World Drivers' Championship twice, and while he has a contract until the end of next year, he's been outclassed by his younger teammate in Lando Norris. It's believed his contract has an out clause for him, but not for McLaren. So Daniel's locked into McLaren until the end of 2023. There's no doubt, though, that Oscar is a talented driver. He won the 2019 Renault Euro Cup. He won F3 in 2020 and F2 in 2021. He's in fine form. He and Daniel are likeable. Immensely likeable. Daniel is the only McLaren driver to have won since 2012. But Lando's on considerably less money and bringing in the majority of points at the moment. It's management's responsibility to turn that around or cut their losses. This is a tough game. There's big money at stake. Results speak for themselves. The CEO of McLaren, Zak Brown's already said that Dan's results had generally not met his or our expectations. I think that's a given. You can put that down as a fact. Let's say McLaren says to Daniel, "We don't want you driving for us in 2023. We want Oscar in that seat, and we want Oscar as the reserve driver for the rest of this year." If that happens, you'll have them all in the same meetings. Very uncomfortable for all parties. Daniel could react in one of two ways. He could simply work super hard to prove them wrong, or lose all interest and stop trying. I don't see the latter as being an option. I see Daniel as a man who will work his bum off to see if he can prove McLaren wrong. But there should be no doubt it will be a very uncomfortable 3 months for all parties. So where will Dan go in 2023 if McLaren carry through? For one thing, he won't be short of $1. It's believed that his contract has no escape clause for McLaren, so they'll have to pay him out for doing nothing. US 20 plus million by all reports. Now, if they've included a travel allowance per race or a set amount for a trainer, maybe they get to save that on their payout. But certainly there'll be a lot of money heading out of McLaren Daniel's way. Kimi Raikkonen had a similar situation. He decided to sit out the following 2 years of his contract and just bank the cash. If McLaren can move Daniel to their IndyCar team perhaps, maybe they can save some money there. He loves the US, has a home in LA, and Marcus Ericsson and Roman Grosjean seem to enjoy the IndyCar series, so maybe Daniel would. Perhaps he'll go to NASCAR. Daniel Kvyat's doing that. Or perhaps even Aussie V8 supercars. He'd be a huge hit there without a doubt. And if he does get another drive in another series, he'll earn considerably less, but maybe whatever he earns will come off McLaren's payout. That depends on the contract. Over these past few months, Daniel would have been subject to many meetings with team bosses. There would probably have been some goals set, so Daniel would be seeing the writing on the wall. And he took the astute decision to state his position on social media. This put McLaren on the back foot, as clearly, if Daniel left, it would be at the team's decision, not Daniel's. McLaren's at a point where it wants to cut its losses. They get Oscar for substantially less than what they're paying Daniel. How much? It'll be well less than $5 million a year, I'd suggest, and I'm guessing perhaps $1 million for the first year, perhaps with some performance bonuses. Can he beat Lando? Remains to be seen. He's a talented driver. His form says that. It'll be certainly very interesting to see the two go head-to-head if that transpires. Daniel, well, he's had a great career. Made his debut at the 2011 British GP with HR Team as part of a deal with Red Bull Racing, where he was test driving under its sister team, Toro Rosso. He's achieved 8 Grand Prix victories in F1. Since 2018, though, only one win with McLaren, and that was at Monza. And what a great day that was. Of course, the media is eating up this story. Why? Because you're interested. If you weren't interested, the media would not cover this. The thing is, due to the length of time it's taking to sort out this drama, everything's playing out in public, and that's not ideal for any of the parties involved. Let's get on to the negative comments about Oscar Piastri that are abounding now on social media. Many of these are from hurt Daniel Ricciardo fans, and they're naturally looking for someone to blame. Be certain though, Oscar's goal is not to do Daniel in. He's after a seat in F1, the best seat for him. If McLaren wants him in the team, his management is obliged to weigh up the offer and act in his best interests, no matter who might be inconvenienced. At this point, you could expect that Daniel's lost all confidence in the team. Even if he was offered his seat for the remainder of his contract, I can't see him being enthusiastic or even interested in that option. So if McLaren really does want Daniel out and Oscar in, where does that leave Daniel in F1 terms? Of course, the Alpine seat is open since Fernando left. And if the team can get over the hurt they endured when Daniel left for McLaren back in 2020, I can see him back there in 2023. He'll be fired up then and very much motivated to show McLaren they made the wrong decision. That's great for Alpine. Of course, there's no guarantee that Alpine's going to let Oscar go. At this stage, we all just have to sit and wait for an announcement from the teams and from the two drivers. It's a curious situation, and I feel sad for Daniel with the way he's been treated in this whole deal, and I would be sad to lose Daniel from Formula One. Of course, everybody has an opinion on this, and I'd love to see yours in the comments below. And before you do that, please like and subscribe and join as a member where you'll get a whole host of freebies. And at the moment, members can win a pair of iBand Stories Sunnies by simply being a member. I'm selecting a winner on August 12th. You don't have to do anything. Just be a member. I'll pick one of you on August 12th and let you know via the community tab and in the description of my What the Drivers Drove to the Hungaroring video. ProStarPicks.com for all my digital images, KimEllman.com for a whole host of merchandise, F1 art, photo books, etc. And for my best images live from the track and all during the week, I'm going to invite you to head over to Instagram and search @Kim Illman. Thanks for watching and stay passionate.